Hello and welcome to Ark Training. Today we're going to be looking at a few different things in Teams. It's more of a little bitsy sort of session. We're going to be looking at how we can archive a team, some analytics and what can go wrong. So when we click on our teams and we go to all of our teams, let's just say for the sake of example that Carl's here. It's come to the end of the year and I want to archive that team off. The students have all moved on to different groups and different teams and stuff. What we can actually do is if we click these three dots, we can manage a team, add a channel, member, leave, delete the team. I should point out, if you delete the team, you've just deleted the team. Okay, it doesn't ask you if you're sure, and 15 times. So don't delete the team unless you're absolutely 100% positive. What we actually need to do is select this little gear cog up here for more options, manage teams, and then let's have a look. So it's cars that we want to archive. We can see that there are 6 people in cars. So let's just hit our 3 little dots here, and now we get to archive our team. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit archive, and then I'm going to hit make it read only. And what archive does is it freezes all team activity. You can still add and remove members, but it's frozen and it's not really kind of shown up anywhere, and we make it read only so it doesn't change. Okay, and then if we archive the team, there you go, it's archived. So we now have an archived team down here. So if we actually go back to our teams, it doesn't turn up. We are a member of that team and it doesn't turn up for us, it doesn't turn up for any of the students. It's gone as far as they know. If a year or so later, or however later, you think actually there's some really good stuff in there that I need to revisit and we need to have a look at, or the band's getting back together, so to speak, again, you come into our teams, hit the gear cog, manage the team, and what we can do is just go down to archived and we can actually restore the team. And when we restore the team, it puts it back exactly where it was. With I don't want it hidden. So we've restored it, and now I want to make it visible. So there you go, that should now be visible. There we go, so here's cars. So we can actually, I should point out, hang on a moment, we can actually make teams visible or invisible by simply clicking on the eye. When there's a solid pupil, then you can see it. If it's a ghosted one, then obviously we can't. So rather than deleting a team, try and archive them, freeze the content, and then everything will be fine. If you delete stuff, like I said, you've deleted it. So let's go into cars for a moment, and here's all the stuff that was still in our cars sort of team before, which is fine. And if we're going to manage the team, we're actually going to have a quick look at some analytics. Now, I appreciate at the moment I created this team specifically to create some assignments, throw some pupils in it. There's been no real engagement. There's been no real work has been done from this team. But if we just scroll down a bit, obviously we've got engagement counts, we've got meetings, we've got active users, which we haven't really got any. There are 6 people in this team. If you remember, maybe you've seen one of my videos before, where you see owner, you think teacher, where you see member, you think pupil. So teachers and pupils there are 6 of. I happen to know that's 1 teacher, which is me, and 5 pupils. So we've got 6 users, there's a little bit of data held on SharePoint, and here's our engagement. We haven't actually had any posts. I've never posted anything, nobody's replied, nobody's mentioned, there's no reactions. If on the other hand I was to go to the general thing over here and start a new post like hello, you'll find, hopefully, this is the point where it doesn't work again, isn't it? Let's go to analytics. And eventually that will actually update itself, because that is a post. We can also, if we really wanted to, actually that's the wrong window. I want an incognito window. Teams. Okay, let's sign in as one of our pupils. I'll do Ark Pupil 1. Because obviously Ark Pupil 1 is a member of that cars team. So eventually when we get through, here we are. Here's my team, go away, dismiss. It's not hidden, but never mind. So we can see there, and we can go, hello. So, I get a notification to say that my pupil, who is me, has replied to my comment, which was mine. So we've got to reply to a nice comment, which means that eventually that's actually going to come up with a 1 and a 1. Although, let's see, can we refresh? No, it's not refreshing in time. So we can see the engagement increase as we go further down the line. Like I said, at the moment there is absolutely nothing in here because I've just created this team this morning, which is why we're getting nothing. Let's see if I can try and force it back a bit. You just know this isn't going to work, don't you? Yep, still not working. Great. But eventually, trust me. Oh, because it has to wait until the end of the day. These are actually done over the last 7 days. So if I'd have actually done that yesterday, that would actually increment. I do apologise. It actually does it day by day, not hour by hour or minute by minute. It will do it day by day. Which is why there's absolutely nothing turning up in there. Had I created this yesterday, then obviously this would be fine. Which actually brings me very neatly on to what can go wrong. There's lots that can go wrong. You can be sat there looking at something thinking, why is that not working? And I know why that wasn't working. I just completely forgot why it wasn't working. There's lots of things that can go wrong. If you're at home, you know, you've probably got a partner, kids, pets, whatever. All of these are moving parts that are very difficult to control on a daily basis if you're trying to also teach across a web platform at the same time. So we could have, like, you know, a delivery guy knocking on the door. You don't normally get a delivery guy knocking on your door if you're sitting in a classroom. But obviously, you know, if you're working from home, that's a real possibility that can happen. Your pets can be interesting, shall we say. You've got that knock on the door. If you've got a dog, the dog goes barmy, bark, 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 woof, woof, woof. I've got a couple of cats, and one of my cats called Jeff. He comes through the cat flap sometimes. That's Jeff, gorgeous little boy. Jeff comes through the cat flap, and if he thinks that he is deserving of treats, he comes shooting through the cat flap and will sit next to me shouting at me until I give him treats. He won't go away. He won't sort of get bored and shut up. He'll sit there and quite politely shout at me until I give him treats. If I ignore him for longer, he'll jump up on my desk and shout at me. And then he'll walk across my keyboard. Then he'll sit on my keyboard. And then he'll sort of like stand up and you know, I just have to give him treats, because if I give him treats, he shuts up, he leaves me alone, that's it, it's done. My internet goes off at home quite a lot, which is why I'm actually in Ark's offices today. Because my internet at home has got to the point this morning where, yesterday, where it was so bad that it just didn't work. So rather than take the risk of trying to do these videos, upload them, and I've got a couple of hours of training sessions to do this afternoon, I thought I'll come into the office, which is why it's a little bit echoey, because I'm the only one here. So yeah, I mean, your internet can go, you know, it can drop off, it can come back, and all that sort of stuff. These are all things that can go wrong. One of my favourites was I was part of a Teams meeting, and one of the ladies in the meeting, who happened to be running the meeting, her 3-year-old child came and sat on her knee because she wouldn't leave her alone, and then pronounced to all and sundry that mummy was a big fat poo head. there's all sorts of things that can go wrong. Don't get me wrong, this lady in question went bright red, and everybody laughed. Everybody thought it was funny, and everybody was like, no, don't worry about it, it's fine. Nobody's expecting you to be 100% amazingly wonderful. It's not going to happen. I mean, we know you're wonderful. You're teachers. You are therefore innately wonderful. But nobody's expecting it to go flawlessly every single time. It won't happen. Something will happen at some point. Jeff will come flying through my cat flap. You might have your own Jeff or whatever. There's so many things that can go wrong. One of the most common things that goes wrong, though, is people forget that they're on a video call. A video call. Okay, let's just say that again. Video call. Unless you want to end up on YouTube as the next sort of Teams star, just remember that you're on a video call, and even if you can't see yourself on the screen, the other people in the meeting can probably see you on their screen. So unless you've got your camera turned off and your mic turned off, you sit there, you look professional, and you smile. There's so many funny ones on YouTube. In fact, if you just go on YouTube and just type in Microsoft Team fails or something, and you will find hundreds of people, from various people, inappropriately dressed to that just don't become the next YouTube star, is what I'm saying. Just always remember that you're on camera, or that your microphone might be open. So if you're mindful of that, you're already going to be better off than a lot of people. So what can go wrong? Anything, and indeed everything can go wrong. You've got the wonders of working from home in a home environment via an internet connection to a class where, as you know, anything can go wrong anyway. When you add all of that together, sooner or later something somewhere is going to go wrong. That's just the way it is. But yeah, so be good, be careful, and you should be fine. We've been through archiving Teams, and we've been through the Team Analytics, which updates every evening. I think it's like 1 o'clock in the morning or something that it automatically updates all of that sort of information. And we've been through some of the pitfalls of what can go wrong. So I hope you found this video useful. Check out our other videos on our YouTube channel. Have a lovely day. Thank you very much. Goodbye.